Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is only for education and technology. So yesterday I shared a video on the content within Xiu Lim Tao, namely the physical body handling, the breathing handling, and the momentum handling. So after that, I got quite a few messages from our Wing Chun friends, and it circled on the point of how is Wing Chun lost its essence. So this is a question many people ask, many Wing Chun friends ask. Why is it lose the essence since 1850s, and today it is just not too long ago. So today I like to share with you on, based on history, evidence and records, what is going on. So it is not based on opinion or stories. We want to base on evidence, okay, historical evidence. I like to take the positions of like a lecturer in the college, not a grandmaster, not belong to any Wing Chun lineage, as I have already not associate with the martial arts community and so forth. I go into the education and technology field, as I mentioned in the beginning of this channel, because it is more simple, straightforward to talk about technology and educations based on evidence, not about putting down anybody or promote anybody, okay? So that need to be clearly known, because it's not necessary to get into things which is not related to the topic or go off topic. I keeping saying this, repeat this, is because humans are really unreliable. When we face reality, many of us, or we usually cannot take it. Like for example, when I wrote the book Wing Chun Matrix, even many close friends parted away from me, and some even still carrying grudges until today. However, that is expected, because we're just human. So I didn't go against anybody, but facts has to be presented to the public, because what matters is the ancient Chinese culture, is the Wing Chun culture, the responsibility for the people who is the younger generations of Wing Chun practitioner, and also a responsibility for the ancient Wing Chun ancestor. So it is better to make it like a college, like I'm a lecturer, I tell you what is going on, okay? And I don't want to put in my my 5 cents. I think this is my view or my interpretations. Let's look into it as it is. Now, so anybody who do not like to go this direction, please stop watching this video now, because it is not necessary and to waste your time on something you don't like or disagree. This is a democratic world. Everybody have a free will to to go their own directions. And over here, I'm presenting technology, historic facts, and educations. Okay, so let's part away here if it is not your directions. So what make Wing Chun lost its essence just for past 160 years or so? Well, there are many things in the history, because human society, everything is evolving, right? So today I like to focus on one thing, and that will bring out a lot of data to show you what's going on. Today I like to focus on the handling of breathing in Wing Chun, because those are quote unquote a lost art today. We have to face it, that's what it is. So let's start at 1850s. So 1850s, the Red Boat Wing Chun ancestor have an uprising, try to overturn the Qing government, So it's anti-Qing. So the Red Boat Wing Chun ancestor is actually anti-Qing, okay? Because at that time the country is really corrupted. You have this opium war and all kinds of stuff, and the Chinese start to take opium, and our ancestor, the Wing Chun ancestor with the Choi Lei Fat ancestor don't like that. So we want an uprising to make better for everybody to live, for the people, of the people, by the people. Okay? Now, as in history, we know the uprising lost. Okay? Uprising lost. So after that, majority of the Wing Chun ancestor in the Red Boat, either it is killed in that or sacrificed in that uprising, or they have to flee away. Totally, they want to no longer related to the uprising, because at that time in Qing dynasty, if you get caught, the government, like the General Zhen Guofan government, is going to kill, executed your family, your parents' family, your wife's family, your wife's parent family, your teacher's family, all this thing. So there's massive killing there if you were caught there, okay? You can look at the photo how cruel they kill a person, no? So our ancestors go away, flee. Now, around 1870 above, many Wing Chun people, practitioners, who learn a little here there from the Red Boat Wing Chun ancestor, is no longer anti-Qing. They work with the Qing, the Manchurian. So they are not like their ancestor anti-Qing anymore. They work with it. They work with the rich people. Okay. And so what they do, they start to take opium, womanizing, prostitutions. Okay. So at that time, when you take opium, you know what is going to influence your body. That means you lost the handling of breathing. Because, as in previous video I shared recently, any development of nurture chi and the lower abs natural breathing have to have a clean living. Okay? You take opium, you take drugs, it's going to influence your body. You'll no longer be able to do those breathing stuff. You'll no longer be able to get into samadhi. Well, Wing Chun is from what? From the ancient Chinese culture, right? Which is, it's based on like the Buddhists, the Taoists. You look at the Buddhism, you know, like the Buddhism, and the bottom line is that you need to have the breathing and the mind or the heart rate coherence. Once you have those opium stuff, you are out of it. Okay? Now, so like in the scripture of the Shaolin Sword Strike, it says clearly, you want strength, you want mobility of handling your body, you want full force fighting, you need to develop the lower abdomen's breathing. Without that, you don't have it. Okay? Now, in Wing Chun Matrix, I have translated that and also show you the 2C state, which is the development of the lower abs breathing. And that lower abs breathing is Xing Qi to Dan Tian, because breathing have four handling, which is I presented clearly in my new book, Wing Chun Inception. Four handling. So in the Xiu Lim Tao, you have the four handling. Okay, namely the rising, sinking, open, and close. That's the handling breathing. If you want to have Qi Gong, nurture Qi, and be able to go for the zone 5, zone 4 for fighting, momentum handling, and going down there to the nurture of the Qi, which is, this is the zone 1, which is the sinking Qi. Sinking is just descend the Qi, meaning when you exhale, that's what it is. So that is explained there in the Wing Chun Inception. Okay, so this part can no longer be practiced if you take opium, take drugs, or you're womanizing. If you force it, it's going to damage the body, because it is about natural resonance. When you are opium addict and are womanizing and so forth, your body still, it is no longer clean. Like those monks. Shaolin is from monk, right? So you lost it. Even at that time, at the times of 1870 forward, you lost it. You lost this thing. You lost the nurture Qi part. You lost the zone 4, zone 5 part. Scientifically, that's why I present this in the Wing Chun Inception, because now this is scientific. And it is just the Shaolin Sword Strike and the ancient Chinese culture in martial art, internal development, mapped into it. By the way, I said internal development. I'm not saying that like the Nei Jia or inner art. Those are just a label, okay? We don't want to go there. Those are just the Tai Chi thing. Just drop that, okay? So internal development. You need to develop your nurture Qi and be able to have a full strike, full handling of the impulse momentum, which is now going to the zone 4, zone 5. Okay? So by 1900s. That handling of the breathing in Xiu Lim Tao is gone. You look at the old photo, videos and so forth, you can actually identify it if you have already get into the 2C state. If you already get into the 2C state. Okay? And by the way, I using tools here, today's technology, to help one to get into 2C state. And I translate that. The Shaolin short strike scripture there on the breathing. If one don't have the breathing according to the Shaolin short strike, one can't even move. The mobility is it's just, the footwork is just, you cannot handle it. Okay? So you see that? Well, we are not blaming people here, but we know that. Why are those people working with the Qing? Well, of course, it is because of survival too. At that time, the anti-Qing ancestor had passed away. Qing is all on power. Your family can get killed. Most people just want to have a living, so they go into that group of people who are working with the Qing. And if you work with those Qing people, official or rich people who is really corrupted, they bring you to the opium den, they bring you to prostitution. Sooner or later, you want to be like them too. Why? You work for them. It's just like today, right? If we work in the business and if the boss go to the karaoke and all this kind of thing, are you going to go with them? You have to go with them. And there's not many can say, no, I don't want it, I don't want this job, I quit. Okay? So let's not put it as a blame, but you look into the history. Okay? So at that time, the root of Wing Chun already damaged. That's why Xiu Lim Tao no longer have the development of that. Okay? It is the chest breathing and so forth. That's why this H model in the Wing Chun Inception book of mine, you just measure the heart rate. How can you handle? You know right away. Scientific. So ancient and scientific match. Now, with this, I would like to share with you one tragic in Wing Chun. And the tragic is Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee do not know this part, the Nezhou Qi part. He passed away is because he do not have this information. Bruce is a smart guy, a good guy. He doesn't have this. That's why his body drained away. You can look at in the YouTube and how his friend, like the old actors and so forth, talk about him, and he feel that Bruce feel that all kind of stuff, you know, very sad stuff. So he doesn't have this, and who say this? Who presenting this thing? That Bruce Lee doesn't know this. Even though by signature we can read it, say, okay, Bruce is lack on these educations. Well, the Buddhist grandmaster or the Taoist or the Qi grandmaster, Nan Huaijing, wrote on his book on Bruce Lee. He said that because Bruce Lee's Qi got problem. So it's the tragic. Bruce is a good guy. Okay? So again, it is not like today, right? Today I take a plane, I hop on the plane, go here, go there, I check with all these friends and this teacher and so forth. At Bruce time, it is pretty close society. People don't talk much. So that's why the tragic is there. Now, with Bruce, we need to understand that by 1966, Bruce no longer do Wing Chun because Bruce see the problem of the Wing Chun handling. Wing Chun is pretty narrow. Bruce see the problem. Bruce no longer practice Wing Chun. So if we today say, well, Bruce do this Wing Chun, this is based on Wing Chun. No. You know, like in the movie, you say, well, you know, this is Bruce, and then the Chinatown, this is about Wing Chun, Bruce, and this thing. No. Why? I show you the evidence. Okay. By the way, this evidence I will post it in the thing, under this link of this video. This is a letter Bruce wrote to Taiki. Okay. So you can read it. You can freeze the screen, or you can go down to my link and read it. Okay. Over here, Bruce said this. First of all, our school name is Zhen Fan Gong Fu, after my Chinese name. Though I am grateful for Wing Chun, the fact remains that the Zhen Fan is yet several steps ahead of Wing Chun system. Where Wing Chun ends, Zhen Fan starts. Okay? Black and white. So, at 1960, okay, so this to be exact here, since you want to speak with evidence, May 23rd, 1966, Bruce already not doing Wing Chun. Okay, he have his Zhen Fan Gong Fu, which is, he said that it is several steps ahead of the Wing Chun system. And this guy is a very respectful guy, Bruce. He called himself Zhen Fan Gong Fu. He doesn't say I'm the grandmaster of Wing Chun, my lineage of Wing Chun. No, he just take off. He's just doing his stuff. Be honest. So he found issue here of the Wing Chun at that time, even as early as 1966. And by today, we know that, like in his Bruce Lee's records, like in his Tao of Jeet Kune Do book, you know he is go toward the MMA already, the 4 momentum zone, play all this thing. Okay. So that is what happened to Wing Chun. At 1960, there's already problem there. You know that the inherit the breeding issue, the breeding element lost in 1870s forward, and then by 1960 there's issue already. Bruce found it out. That's why he do his own stuff. And this is a black and white here. The fact remains that the Zhen Fan is yet several steps ahead of Wing Chun system. Okay, so the system he studied, he is yet several steps ahead. However, he doesn't know the 1850 systems. He doesn't know this. And that's why, as Nan Huaijing pointed out, that he lack of this part. Okay? So, thing continues on with Bruce demo on this inch power and so forth, which is this in power or not, I have other video will explain that. However, this inch power stuff is just a demo. So you say, well, Henrik, what do you mean by a demo? This is a inch power, blah, blah, blah. This guy who demo the inch power with Xi Xiaodong, this is Xi Xiaodong, okay? He demo it in the video with the interview with Xi Xiaodong. It's the same guy fighting the the one-arm boxer. This is him in the red. You know what's the result, right? So how is that inch power style works? Those are demo. Those are Bruce Lee's creations. Is it Wing Chun? That is a problem. It's not by definitions of 1850s, because in the 1850s, this a snap punch is using a close body. Once you tackle him, close him, you nail him. Not this long, or like what today call what long bridge fa jing or fa leg. Okay. So the reality is that. Okay. So this is what happened. Now you don't have the the physiological state handling. You have a limited of momentum handling. Okay, so we need to know that the Shilin Tao 1850 have two components. One is the physiological handling, where you be able to handle your body, be able to handle in zone 4, zone 5, and then be able to recover at zone rest and zone 1. And then that is support the applications of the art, which is the handling of the short strike, which belongs to the 4 momentum zone. Now you lost the physiological side, you have a narrow momentum handling. That's how the art already what do you call it? Decay down. Okay. So again, this is is there anybody's wrong? It is not. The problem is you have the China Opium War, you have the war, you have this cultural evolution, you have all kinds of stuff, and then you end up with the Bruce Lee's tragedy. I really sincerely hope that at that time, if somebody told him this, then he'd be able to avoid the tragic to happen. Okay, this is a good guy, a talented guy. Okay, we need to support who is talented, not to pull people down because they're better than us. Okay, there are many things we cannot do that other people can do. We have to support them instead of pulling that down. So that's how it is. And then you get into the after 1970, okay, when the old generation passed away, guess what? The import the Tai Chi internal arts ideas. So they say you need to be song loose, you need to be slow, you need to fa jing, you need to have qi, you need to have mind, power, you need to have all this philosophy of Tai Chi and all this thing. But guess what? With all this goodie get from the Tai Chi and internal art, up to the lifting the anus and all this kind of thing, none have the handling of the breathing, which is the core of the internal development. Just look at today's so-called internal. How many people can do the 2C? How many people can do the 2C or recognize what is the 2C state, which is scientifically called 2C, or in this state, which is actually mapping the Shaolin short strike and the practice of like the Buddhist Anapanasati into it. How many? To be honest with you, for the majority in the market, I see none. People say, well, you have to, when you exhale, you have to force your what you call your stomach to close to behind your to your kidney side, all kinds of stuff. But none of them can do 2C. That's why I got this thing up, this H model in the Wing Chun Inception. Right now, nobody can run away from all this philosophy and alibi. You go measure it, okay? If you have that 2C, you better be able to raise your heart rate variability, because at coherent, the heartbeat and the breathing rhythm coherence, if you can do that for a while, like the yoga people, your heart rate variability will raise. So you have that kung fu or not, you know, and you'll be able to drop your heart rate. And yet I don't see anybody have those. People talk philosophy, this. So when I say I don't see anybody have those, I define it. In Wing Chun, be it internal Xiu Lim Tao or whatever Xiu Lim Tao, they don't have this handling. Just get I have tool here. I make experiment every day. This variable, put in the body and you look at it, yes or no. Well, the yoga people can do it. Okay? The Buddhist monk can do it. So all this look like Tai Chi, this be internal, is another blown into Wing Chun. Since after 1970 until now, 1970, and this is 2020. A few days from today is 2020. Today is the Christmas Eve already. 50 years. What is those Tai Chi stuff do to Wing Chun? Nothing. Create more damage. Because it's turned into philosophy. It got nothing. It doesn't solve the problem. Okay. So, instead of saying, well, it's 100 words or blah, blah, blah. No, you see the history here. You see all the sport science here. Don't tell me that the Chinese internal art player live in another world. Can you do it? If you cannot do it, cannot get into this resting, you couldn't even recover. How can you get chi? If you cannot get into here, how can you calm your mind down? Like the Anapanasati meditations of the Buddhism. All this is linking into one. The ancient is linking into one. They never lie. They tell you what it is. And now it is fit into the modern sport science, and you can measure, track with this thing. So here I have the polar here. Here I have a Sunto. You want to go professional, measure heart rate variability and so forth, and EPOC, the oxygen's deficiency and so forth. Get it? No, with this internal height, the Wing Chun lost more. And now, in this 10 years, you know who defined Wing Chun? This past 10 years, from 2010 until today, do you know who defined Wing Chun? The movie action choreographer defined Wing Chun. You can watch in the promotion, Wing Chun movie promotion. Always is the choreography will take pride of their art, their invention. So well, Wing Chun fight karate, Wing Chun fight Tai Chi, Wing Chun fight Western boxing, Wing Chun fight this. This is the choreography. Wing Chun is a soft art, and then this is a hard art. You know what? Those guys, those choreographers have no clue on what is a short strike, or no clue on all this thing. And yet, you have a movie, you share, you show it to the entire world be buy into it. So who defined Wing Chun? It's not even Bruce Lee anymore. As I show you the letter of the Bruce Lee to Turkey. But today they flip it over, right? They didn't even show the truth, right? And also let me share with you. Years ago, when they make movie, you know this guy in the movie, the Wing Chun movie. On top of that, when they start to make this movie, you know who they call this guy? Sang Nam. Who is Sang Nam? Sang Nam is the student of Grandmaster Sang Nam is the student of Grandmaster Yun Kei San. And because of many people in Asia, including me, against that. Okay? So they changed the name to other name. But I have the poster here to show you. Okay? So this is movie people. So what is the agenda? The agenda is just to making money in disregard of how you destroy Wing Chun. And people learn it, study it. Okay? So it's like this. And you can see in the promotion always is you get the movie guy and the movie, promote of the new movie. They have this party, and then you have this movie star there, and then they put the movie, and then they put some Wing Chun guys there, and the Wing Chun guys say, you see, in the movie, this movie star do this chi sao, can sense the force of the opponent, and thus now I'm going to practice chi sao. What the heck are you talking about? Now you're making that guy in the movie, the actor, the Grandmaster of Wing Chun, right? So in the past 10 years like that. Sure, it's good for the business for the movie, and then also it's good for the business, maybe for some Wing Chun school, because people go study. However, do one see how the Wing Chun ancestor cry? Do one see how is the Chinese culture degrading, keeping degrading? Do you see how is the people in the West who really want to study Wing Chun that get misled? So this is what it is. So at first, you know, to recap, it is the opium. It is after the uprising. Our ancestors need to survive. To get into all this opium stuff, you lost the breathing part, and you lost the breathing part. You know you lost the strength, the handling, and so forth. So your sets, you know you lost it already. And then it come to the Bruce Lee time. Bruce Lee know about it, but instead of, you know, we reform it, we don't reform it, just let it be, and then we keep thinking Bruce Lee doing Wing Chun. And then you get into this internal art importing into the Wing Chun to create more mass. Practice it slowly. Song. What is song solve everything? If song solve everything, you get people to do their heart rate variability and the heart rate handling. See where it is. Can they go up there to zone 4, zone 5, coming down? Well, they can. That's why how many times Xu Xiaodong have to prove that. That's why Xu Xiaodong said this is a fake traditional Chinese martial art. You cannot blame on people. And then now this movie stuff, because of commercial value, they do this. So who lost? Wing Chun lost. Bruce Lee lost. Wing Chun practitioner lost. The ancient Wing Chun ancestor lost. The Chinese culture lost. So can we retrieve it? Sure. Today we have information world. That's why I can be here, you know, wrote all these books, and then the Wing Chun Inception. Actually, only last week, in my group, you can check people. I tell the group, I say that if I accidentally died before that book published, I want you to release the draft of Wing Chun Inception for free to the public, because everybody deserves to know the truth. Okay? It is no longer about we as individual. It's so massive influence already. And I just heard like yesterday, there's one Wing Chun friends in Asia told me, say, you know what, now this Yip Man movie is in the final, but it doesn't mean that this is the end of the Yip Man movie, according to the actor. So the next might be Bruce Lee. Well, did they honest with Bruce Lee? By 1966, Bruce Lee already don't do Wing Chun. Okay? So this is what I like to share with you today. You know, I am just a single person. I only can do what I can do. You guys out there, there are a lot of talented people and talented in different ways. It doesn't matter what is missing. The essence of missing. You can pick it up. Like for example, the Xu Lim Tao said. Yesterday I show you how the body handling, the breathing, and then the momentum handling. Well, you just change whatever you practice into that way, scientific and fit to the ancient way, not Hendrik way. Okay, not Hendrik way. Make this clear. You just change it to the ancient scripture way and the scientific way. And you can see that when I wrote book, I always put ancient writing there, and then scientific. Just follow that, and then you improve. Okay, because life itself, because you are alive, life itself it will grow. Can you be a grandmaster? Sure. Why not? What's going to stop you? So the key is the education. If we input the proper education in, those things is going to come back. Because we know with this, like for example, the 2C state of Xing Qi to Dan Tian, you look at those internal art guy, Qi Gong guy, how many years they train, the 2C, the Xing Qi to Dan Tian. Yet, with the process now, those who study with me, you know how long it takes? 2 weeks. Not 10 years of guessing. Okay? Not 10 years of philosophy or mysterious stuff. With what in the Wing Chun matrix, the 2C state of the Xing Qi, it takes only 2 weeks. Check on all those people who study with me. Now, it's not about that I'm the grandmaster, blah, blah, blah. No. It's that with the technology today we have, we can speed up this thing, we can know how to practice more effective and efficient. Because whatever we have doubt on the ancient teaching, we can check it with sport science. Okay? So I like to share with you this today, and of course that many people might not like this, and you know, everybody is free to express their thinking and so forth, and going their own directions. However, in this technology and education channel, as like a lecturer, I like to tell you what is going on. And so let's not blame people. Let's find solutions. And this is here not to blame people. This is here to So solutions, if one cannot get into recovery, go read what is recovery in the sports science, in the heart rate variability and so forth. To the minimum, if you can do that, you progress, right? And it's scientific. So this is to share with you today. Again, you know, I'm sorry if you feel that it is really what do you call it? A straightforward straight talk here, you know, that but it is a fact. Shouldn't we know this? This is the time we need to know. This is 2020, 50 years after Bruce Lee moved to his Chun Kung Fu. Are we still blinding our eyes with the movies? So this is to share with you.